About buying or renting right now. Well, in this video I'm going to go through exactly renting versus buying, what the pros and cons may be, what the interest rates are saying, what the banks are saying, what the market is saying right now, and then we're going to go through a very specific property. I'll show you exactly what your mortgage payment is going to be, and I'll show you exactly what your rent would be, and we can see where exactly we're going to stand. So grab a pencil, grab a little notepad, we're going to get right to it. See you in a second. Look into my eyes, say you're ready to go. Remember to like and subscribe right here below, and if you really like the videos, seem to bring value, share them to your social network, share them to your friends, share them to your granny, and if you're looking to buy or sell a home, please contact me. It's now in fall, autumn 2023, so what does it look like when we're renting and buying, okay? To be honest, if you're talking about like pure, what's cheaper month per month, this is how I live, what is cheaper to do, it is, of course, right now, cheaper to rent. That's mainly due to the interest rates. They're probably gone through their last hike, maybe one more next year, we shall see, but rental rates have also gone up, but still a good bit cheaper per month. If you're just looking at your monthly cost, it is cheaper to rent and then it is to buy, so I'm not just going to tell you outright that it's not. However, if we're taking a broader picture of the Toronto real estate market, the answer is really it depends, because there's higher interest rates, there's less competition on the market for buyers, so you do have an opportunity to negotiate a lot more in the market. It is more of a buyer's market. Sellers and their listings are staying on the market. They're being a little bit stubborn, but they are very open to offers and they do want to sell. If you do see listings right now, they definitely want to sell. So it's your opportunity as a buyer, if you've been looking to get into the market for the last little while and it's been super competitive, it's your chance to dive in. The total listing price has gone down a little bit, not as much as most experts feared. The thing with renting versus owning is when you rent, you don't have a whole lot of control. But when you own, you do have all control. So maybe that's important to you. If you rent from a landlord, you are at the mercy to them coming back to the property, in which case you have to move out. You have to move to another property, you have to find another property, you have to hope that rental rates are pretty decent, you have to hope that you find a place that's suitable for you. You have 60 days notice in total to leave, so there's not a huge element of control there. Lots of renters get frustrated because they have to move every single year or 18 months out of their places, and nobody likes moving. If you do own, then you are in the driver's seat. You don't have to move if you don't want to. You can control your property. You can kind of control whatever goes on in there. You don't have to ask the landlords, can you hang paintings? Can you hang this? When you own, you are in control. When you rent, you are not in control. I mean, that's just how it is. So, which brings me back again to the rates. If you can handle the rates and you want control, then maybe you should own. And if you can't handle the rates, again, as I said at the beginning, it is still cheaper per month to rent. And in the broader scheme of the rates, we need to look at equity, okay? How do we build equity? First of all, equity is kind of the amount of money or value that's stored up in the properties that we have or we own, or maybe kind of like the value of our net worth, like how much money do we actually have access to at any one time. Obviously, if you own, you do have equity, and oftentimes you have access to that equity. It might not be liquid, but you definitely have access to it, and you can make it liquid quite quickly depending on what you want to do. There's HELOCs, which we'll do through another video. There's different lines of credit. There's opportunities to sell. There's a whole pile of options. So growing equity, growing your net worth comes with owning, and again, you can kind of control that somewhat. When you're renting, unfortunately, your equity, you're not building any equity at all. You're basically taking your money and you're giving it to a landlord or a corporation. You're helping to pay their investors, or you're helping to pay the landlord's mortgage, and you're not gaining any equity at all as you go. So yes, it might be a little bit cheaper per month, just like maybe you choose Prime Video ahead of Netflix, but really Netflix has better TV shows than Prime, arguably. Why wouldn't you just go with both and grow your equity and grow your knowledge and whatever? Take a shot there. Okay. So yes, you grow equity when you own, you grow your net worth, you have access to the money. And I'll go through this an example in 1 second, so stick with me. And with rent, you don't. Okay, so now let me show you a condo downtown. Okay, so let's look at this nice condo. It's located in a central location towards downtown. It's on Homewood Avenue, kind of between Cabbage Town and the Village, and near Allen Gardens. It's been updated. It's got a very nice updates, like a lovely kitchen, open concept. It is one plus a den, so there's lots of space here. Pretty good price of $595 for all the updates, everything included. Okay, flick through this. Nice bedroom, good storage, walk-in closet. Everyone likes the walk-in closet. Extra sort of office, library space there. It's really a nice condo. This building also has great amenities. It has gym, it has a pool, it has a sauna, has a rooftop tennis court, has like outdoor kind of lounging space and a big green area. It's quite a nice condo. So I want to kind of get into this and break down the numbers for you. This is $595. The taxes are $2,300. Your condo fees are $831 per month. Okay, that is a lot, but for a building like this, it does include everything. All inclusive condo fees. Base includes absolutely everything. There is also parking space included, which doesn't come with a lot of condos, especially the newer built ones. So this is a nice unit. So let's see if we wanted to rent this. This is probably one plus a den. You're talking, somewhere around 2,700 to 3,000 per month. So we're being conservative. I'd like to pick the number 2,800. So let's say if we were to rent this for 2,800 per month, for 1 year, it's going to cost us 33,600. Let's say the landlord doesn't raise the rent, and we're going to stay there for 3 years. We're going to be talking about 100 grand. Okay, that's everything included. Your Wi-Fi and the other things are all included, but that you're going to have to pay, or not included. Sorry, you're going to have to pay that anyway as an owner. So about $100,000 is going to cost you for 3 years to live here. You're not going to earn any equity from that. $100,000 is all the way. It's all just to live there. If we're going to look at buying this property, okay, let's say we're able to negotiate a little bit, which we are in the current market. So we negotiated to 580. We made a down payment of $80,000. So our full mortgage payment is going to be $500,000. Okay, and interest rates, the bank interest rates kind of stayed the same. So let's say they're still at 8.8. They're just at 6.8. Loan term 25 years. We're going to close January 1st. Property taxes are in there. Our monthly HOA, which is the same as condo fees, because I'm using a US site. This is mortgagecalculator.org. They're going to stay the same. We're going to calculate all these guys and see that our monthly mortgage payment is going to be $4,500 roughly. Okay, for everything included. So that's a bit more than renting per month, right? So 4,500 by 12, 54,000 for the year. For the 3 years, for argument's sake, it's going to be 162. So your rental savings, if you're just to own just per month, not taking the broader view into cases, would be you'd save about $60,000. Okay, you with me so far? It's about $60,000. Now, the equity, if we're going to look at here, and just bear with me on this graph. So this is 2024. At the end of 2024, the balance of your mortgage is going to be $492. This is your principal, and this is your interest. I'm going to do another video on mortgages that you will see, especially amortized mortgage. You pay a lot more on interest at the beginning of a loan than towards the end of a loan. So if you look at the end, your last year in interest, you're only paying $1,500 in interest, but you're paying $40,000 in principal, and that's going to get you zero. That's 2048. No point kind of getting into that for the sake of this video. But at the end of our 3 years, if you look at here, this is the end of your 3 years in 2026. So same as you ended your rental at the end, you paid $100,000 through the 3 years. You would have paid about $25,000 in equity. Okay, so that'd be like kind of 25,000 minus your 60,000 savings. So you're probably making the difference right there. 60,000 minus 25,000 is 35,000. Okay, so 35,000. Now we know in real estate, we all know that this number, as the years go by, now we're slightly in a weird time now, or maybe it's fluctuating a little bit with the interest rates rising. They've now stayed flat. We're expecting them next year to go down a little bit. We can see this price increasing. Okay, it could go anywhere, like it's definitely going to the sixes. It might even get to 700,000, but I want to be conservative on this video. So we're going to assume that this will be worth the guts of 650,000 in about 3 years. Okay, so you bought the property for 580, so it's going to be 650,000. That's the value at the end of 3 years minus 580,000. That's going to be $70,000. Okay, you've already paid equity of about $25,000. That's going to be 95. Okay, so your monthly savings just on monthly prices, remember, is about $60,000 when you rent it. However, within those 3 years, you've also raised the value of the property so that your equity has grown in the property from 580 to 650. Okay, so that's the $70,000 plus you put $25,000 of equity into that, so 95,000 minus 60,000. That's going to give you, basically, you made $35,000 plus you're the owner of the property, you're in more control at the end of the 3 years. So let's say you stayed there for 3 years. That means, so per month for those 3 years, you would have saved $60,000, $59,688. You would save $60,000 by choosing to rent instead of buy. That's purely on the monthly scale. However, when we look at our equity over those 3 years, kind of conservatively around that 650 mark, even with high interest rates, just on equity alone, we made $70,000. That's the 580 taken away from 650, which is our new property value. Okay, so it's $70,000 alone, so we're already up 10 grand in that, plus the fact that you've already paid the guts of $20,000 in your principal payments. So add that on. So you take it down, you're growing a lot of equity when you own and you have more control over the property. However, it is still cheaper per month to rent. So I hope that balances things up in terms of renting versus owning. If you have any other questions, my name is Connor Mangan. I'm a sales representative in Toronto. Please drop your comments, give me a like and subscribe, and please share this with everyone, buyers, sellers, your pet, your mortgage broker, your granny, whoever there is. I'd love to help them buy, or you can just chat to me. And again, I'll talk to you soon. I can't wait to bring down another video for you.